Hello and welcome. We are gonna be playing some more Amulet today. The deck has been super strong. I have been doing very well with it. So far, my record has been very positive, and I just think that the deck is just very well positioned. Everybody's trying to experiment with Stoneforges and stuff, and guess who can't really be beaten by Stoneforge? It's prime time, of course. When your opponent is making turn 3 4/4s, you're making turn 5 6/6s. So we're definitely we're definitely slightly advantaged right there. The sideboard is still a little bit up in the air. The flex slots include negate, biting needle, and Grafdigger's Cage. These are the three that I'm considering flex slots right now. The rest of them, I think they have kind of proven their worth. So I'm not really thinking about taking any of these out. And cards that I might be interested in bringing in might be stuff like Fire Spout, maybe more negates, and Spell Pierce, and something like that. As far as the main deck goes, this has been straight up gasoline. Straight up gasoline. Now the only question is whether we find that we get more value from Field of the Dead or we get more value from Bojuka Bog. I honestly don't know. I am still kind of, going. How can I say it? I'm just like I'm starting on Bojuka Bog mostly because it has been so consistently good over in the past of the format, and just having access to this effect in game one is super powerful, especially at shrinking Tarmogoyfs and stuff like that. However, in that matchup, maybe shrinking Tarmogoyfs is not necessary when you are just playing Field of the Dead, and this would make our blue-white matchup better. There's a lot of things to consider, and for now, I'm going with Bog in the main. Once the format settles down a little bit more and we have a clearer perspective, then it might be better to, it might be easier to just know which one might be the more correct version, if anything. But yep, for now, we're going to, come on. Just change the deck. Come on, Mardu. There we go. All right. And here we go. Sorry for the late start on the stream, but I had some stuff that I needed to get taken care of before I could go live, so all right, let's go. Hey Han, how you doing? Yeah, it's going fine. The voice is definitely much better than it was on Monday, for sure. Thanks for asking. Turn 4 Titan on the draw. I'm gonna keep and get very punished. It's just like the Present of Collision, really. Okay, so no, I think we're gonna be just fine. My opponent went turn 1 basic planes, so I think we're gonna be just fine. Okay. It's not a bad one to have access to if we're playing against basic planes and basic island. Up resolves. Hopefully we are against some kind of like Stoneblade style deck instead of some kind of control deck. And I think here I want to expose the relic. I want my opponent to use their Force of Negation and stuff like that. On this over Titan, we're still gonna have Titan mana next turn because I'm gonna flash in the turf, EOT, bounce, whatever, and then play 2 untap lands on my turn. So we're still gonna have Titan mana next turn. And this way, if my opponent has any kind of Force of Negation or card like that, we can wreck him. Because we already have the cavern, obviously. But the relic resolved, so... what is my opponent playing? Okay, so it's probably just straight up blue-white. It doesn't look like they are. Maybe they are on Stoneforges. Hard to tell. All right, so now confirmed blue-white. The Fairy Time Raveler. So I'm tanking here because I'm trying to figure out whether I want to pact in response to this. Because if I don't pact in response to this, I'm going to get got by Force of Negation. I think this is fine though. Probably going to bounce the Coalition Relic. It's fine. We still have Titan Mana next turn. Nice. Okay, so we start here. If they force, we play Karn. They don't force. Okay, so for 1 mana, there's nothing they can counter my Titan with, so I don't need to expose the cavern, which is kind of nice. It also allows me to have an extra green source in play. Iskander's version. I agree. I think that right now Karn is the best thing to be doing, really. I think it just, for what I expect the format to be, it just does the things that I want it to do the best, if that makes sense. I guess that's kind of a weird way to put it, but there we go. Young Gooden, welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thanks for that tier 1 sub. Thank you for the continued support, even if you are a traitor a little bit still. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna do Semi-Growth Chamber T-West. Even if you were gacking over the past weekend, you're still welcome here. So there's the path on the prime time. That is expected. No path? No Patharino? Okay. Definitely interested in clearing this from the table for sure. Definitely interested in clearing this guy from the table next turn. So we're gonna pay for Pact. We're gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna pay like this. Actually, I wanna pay like this instead. And the reason for this is that we can attack with the plant and we can clock the we can clock the Teferi with the plant, which is just hilarious. All right. Effects. Path my Titan resolves. Attack the fairy, attack the fairy. Antec Lantec, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So with my opponent representing Cryptic here, I think I'm just gonna try to clean the fairy over here. Of course I get blown out by something, but if my opponent is like wasting a Cryptic or like a path on this plan, then I'm so happy. Like, how awesome is this? How great is this? Seikoth, with a tier 1 sub. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold, my friend. Thank you for all the quality content. Oh, you're very welcome. My opponent used the Cryptic to bounce my plant token. That's just value right there. That's what that is. That is good value. Okay. Big Teferi now. Okay, so things are becoming a little bit less okay. Big Teferi really is a problem. What can I do? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. I could Karn plus Lattice, which would win the game on the spot unless my opponent has any kind of counter magic. So I'm kind of not so much into that. I can transmute and then Asusa haste attack. Okay, so I'm going to Asusa haste attack first, actually. And that is going to require my opponent to do anything about it, otherwise their baby Tef is gonna die. No need to play my lens. Attack the Fairy Time Raveler. I'm interested in clearing this Teferi because otherwise I can like Karn minus the fairy, but then they just minus at the fairy and they get me. So what's up, C-Mash? How you doing? So we're gonna get the basic forest, and now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I can transmute and Coalition Relic, or I can Karn and minus 4 Piping Needle, naming the hero of Luminaria. It's a costly play, but I don't think there's anything else I can do that actually works. Nice thing is my opponent doesn't have Colonnade, so also there's that, which is problematic. Yeah, we're in a very rough spot now. We're in a pretty rough spot right now. My opponent doesn't have a ton of cards in hand, though, at least. That's not a bad draw, so we're going to start there. I don't want to make my opponent Snapcasters, okay. No more Graveyard for you. Transmute. Summoner's Pact. Please no counter. Nice. Okay, so I imagine that they have removal. So 1, 2, 3. I think I have to go for it though. I already have another T-West here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uncontrollable Prime Time. Man, Field of the Dead would be so good right here. It is pretty brutal. So we're gonna do Garrison for sure, and I think a Simic Oath Chamber. Yeah. So this will allow me to reset this gemstone mine. Haste there. And they have the path. So I guess I bounce the bog. Yeah, things are not looking great. Opponent's drawing too many cards. Not interested in pursue other colonnade. So I'm expecting my opponent to have removal there. So bouncing the bog is something I'm interested in because they can just like minus on their Snapcaster and then I can't do anything, right? So I'm interested in like making, like not giving my opponent that play because that play would be pretty backbreaking. We're getting a little bit aggro here. Just a little bit aggro. We're also a little bit behind on clock, so I'm gonna need to play a little bit quicker here. That's a blank. We're going to transmute. Summoner Spect. We're gonna Summoner Spect. For Primeval Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh. I think I play around the Snapcaster. Which means that I can't haste, which is, it kind of sucks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if, yeah. I can't really afford to play this Coalition Relic. Alright. And now we're gonna get, I think, bounce Antileria yet again. They do have the path. Did they draw all 4 paths to exiles? No, this is the 3rd one. It's a lot of paths. Maybe adjustments for big ways to kill stuff. Yeah, I was thinking of that, but I just don't have enough mouse lands to do everything, unfortunately. Yeah, this baby Teferi slipping through the cracks is kind of brutal. Can you imagine if I had access to Pact of Negation here? We would be in a significantly better spot. Okay, if they are smart, they're going to destroy the stronghold. Amulet. My play is just kind of face up here. There's really not much that I can do. I just need to hope that my opponent's hand is like a couple of lands and something like that. But I'm not gonna be able to beat Snapcaster. The fact that they didn't bounce their own Snapcaster is definitely looks very bad for me. I guess they did have the Cryptic here. Yeah. If we had that Field of the Dead instead of Bojuka Bog, we would have definitely won this game. That's something to be aware of. Yeah, Field is in the side. Field is in the sideboard. Alright. I could have tried to milk like a couple more minutes. I don't think it's worth it. We want Hornet Queen, we want Field. I don't think we want to Braid. We want Call Me Out. -1 Pact. -1 Amulet. -1 Explosives. Let's go. That was kind of a brutal game. Blue Eyes a bad matchup for this deck? No, it's not. It's actually a good matchup, but if your opponent gets ahead, it's tough to come back. Like, my opponent was very far ahead there. We were fine until the big Teferi came down, and when the big Teferi came down, it was just... the force of negation on that Karn was just too much. Don't have Karn and the on him dependent sideboard. Okay, I think I still go red and stay with the Critical Mages, or any advice also on that? Congrats on Vegas. Oh, congratulations on Vegas, and keep up the recon. Thank you, Suf. I appreciate it. Yes, I think I would play either. I mean, it's gonna be basically come down to either Trinket Mage or Have Mind if you don't have the Karn package, which is fine. I think I would try to go for Trinket over Hive Mind. I mean, just Trinket Mage has been so spectacular for me over this past weekend that even if it is definitely, I think that right now it's worse than Karn, I still think that it's very relevant. Scroll up to see interesting cyber inclusion question I think you missed. Was it you that asked that question? Thinking about the rough burn matches you were talking about yesterday, how Grixis Setters feel Harvester. Karn can 2-rep plus on it, and it has evasion, plants can fly it, etc. I don't think it's worth it. You don't want to think about the Karn matchup. Like, against burn, we don't care about the cards being artifacts because we're siding out the Karns in post-Harvard games anyway. I think this might be a mulligan. Like, if they pack this, if they force this, we're dead. So, oh, these hands are so bad. These horses are so egregiously bad. I don't think we can mulligan this one though. So yeah, you don't want to, like, that's why I'm playing Baloth. It's because Baloth is a great card in the burn matchup, and like, we're gonna bring it in and be happy about it, and when we draw it naturally, it's also gonna be great. Harvester just doesn't do anything by itself, like if you don't have anything to crew, which we don't have that many creatures to crew with anyway, right? So it doesn't do what we would want it to do, basically. I'm gonna play this, which will allow us to transmute next turn. Field would be pretty bad, but there's no field. Alright, sweet. Transmute, and I think we transmute for Cavern here. We already have a couple of Titans set up. I mean, we're gonna need to draw a land, obviously, but I mean, we're gonna need to draw a land anyway if we want to win this game. So, Snapcaster. I'm at 24, so I don't care so much about this Snapcaster yet. But I would not be surprised if I end up like explosing, just killing this with explosives. They bottom last turn, by the way. Yeah, I was gonna say if they miss that land drop, then we're gonna be in a very good spot. This is just the worst case scenario right here. 28 lands, not enough. 28 lands, not enough. I thought we had bottomed you. What are you doing here again? Get out of here. Please give me an untapped land. Please give me an untapped land. Please give me an untapped land. Please. Please. God damn it. Oh, we actually need to tap here because it's our only green source. Cool. I guess we don't have 6, but they might counterbounce my Simic, which would be a terrible play, but they might do it. I don't know. I mean, if they waste a counterspell here, I would be happy with that. Especially if it's a cryptic. Oh yeah, that's great. Sweet. Alright, 1 cryptic less to slug through. Maybe the reasoning is, well, I'm going to be... like, they can't counter my Titan anyway, so... Alright, can we find a land here? They whiffed with Narset. Nice. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Second Teleria here. I think I'm going to transmute for Pact of Negation here. I need to stop a Fairy if it comes down. I just cannot afford for that to happen. I think a Jace I let go, but a Big Teferi I need to counter. Baby Teferi I also let go. Yeah, this one is fine. Of course it makes my transmute really bad, but it's gonna make my explosives very good. So that's at least something. It's Baby Tef. That was good. I wonder if they minus on their own Snappy. Maybe they just plus? Yep, they just plus. Okay. Alright, we got to 6 mana finally. One, two, 3 different lands. I think we're gonna do Bojuka Bog plus Bodo's Garrison. I made a mistake. I should have. Yeah, I made a mistake. I think I actually just play out the Flurry West. That's fine. Is Stream Decker updated? Yeah, it's the same list. There's no changes. Alright, so now next Titan is going to get Field and Vesuva. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep. I think naming Giant is better. Four, five, six. Primeval Titan EU. And we're gonna get Ghost Quarter and Field of the Dead. Little Teferi hurts back to Big Teferi. Yep, big time. But it's a much smaller deal. Like, it's much more easy for me to deal with Baby Teferi than to deal with Big Teferi. In fact, I have the answer to Little Teferi right in hand right now. Right, so just pass the turn. Wrath, end of turn. Winds of Abandon. Sure. Get my zombies back. Love it. I probably destroyed this one before you did that one, but sure, I'll take it. Good to know about this one too. My opponent just getting a little bit too cute right there. Getting a little bit too cute. Yeah, I don't think they realized about that. They're gonna need to main phase field this field. Field the field. There we go. This kind of sucks, but can't really do much about it. Got me. And this means that the cavern is still live. Jace. Okay. We have Karn, so Crucible is still there. Okay, so we're gonna lead with Summer's Pact. If they have a counterspell, they kind of have to use it here. Dovin's Veto, that kind of stuff. Force of Negation. There we go. Summer's Respect. So, black, blue, this. Let's start here because this plays around another logic knot. So that resolves. So that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 2 mana and I can haste and counter. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna do this first. So now our pact is live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Primeval Titan. Yes, we're gonna get Stronghold, Bounce Land. Bounce Stronghold, played as land for turn. Haste Primeval Titan. And I'm definitely going after the Jace. I die to like double Path to Exile. If they have it. Attack Jace, attack them. At this point, since they let me resolve with Primetime Trigger, I think I don't need to be afraid anymore. And I'm gonna do Vesuva and another blue source. Vesuva is gonna copy my opponent's Colonnade. And I'm going to bounce the Tulare West. If they can't answer this Titan, then I think I'm gonna be very far ahead here. Yep, sure. If you want to throw a Snapcaster down the drain, I'm okay with that too. Be my guest. So here, another Winds would be annoying. Time Raveler is kind of annoying. Okay, you got me. It's still not pact worthy though, which sucks. Because we can just answer it with the Colonnade here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw step, Gruul Turf. Okay. So we can't fact anymore. So we're gonna move to combat. We're gonna give priority to my opponent. So they either tap here, and if they do, I activate Colonnade and I kill the Teferi, which means that my pact is live again. Okay, so we're gonna attack the Teferi. Yes. This is nice because it gives me more mana, even if they answer the prime time, which they might. That works. That's cool. I'm interested in bogging at this point, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opt in response, sure. One more thing to bog, sounds good. Yes, and I'm going to try to not. I'm going to try to not play anything out. I don't think I can haste anything if I want to, and I'm gonna save this Solaria West for a lethal ballista. Because if they cannot answer this Titan, then I can just ballista them for 32 mana maybe. At one point I will need to bounce this Cavern though. Okay, we untap. Move to combat. Attack the Fairy. I just want to make sure that this pact is live. Once this pact is live, then the game is kind of over. Yeah, I guess I get both Vows lands. So now I have no more lands in my deck, which is kind of hilarious. But this is probably just fine. Okay, what's your answer? Path to Exile, sure. Path resolves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can ballista for 14 for now. I'm gonna get Gemstone Mine. And I'm gonna play a Reclamation Sage just so I don't have to discard. And we're gonna transmute for Walking Ballista right now. That's secretly not a bad draw, actually. I want to play around Wrath of God, though. So I'm going to attack the Fairy. Activate Colonnade. Go squatter that shit. Because I don't need to use my cards that way yet, you see? And I still have the Pact of Negation in hand. I managed to answer the Teferi. Everything is great now. Guess we're gonna lead on this first. Bog you, no more path. Now we have Urza. And now we play some lands. This one and this one. Next turn, I think I have Ballista for lethal. Yeah, they can see. Alright. Patience. That's how you win the blue-white matchup. I think I'm good. What a game that was, indeed. The blue-white matchup is honestly one of my favorite ones to play. We missed a lot of land drops too in that match. On the draw, having Amulet becomes way more important because you want to get ahead somehow. It's super hard to come back from behind against blue white. So yeah, definitely it's an exhausting matchup, but it's just so much fun. Like every single decision that you make matters a lot. Like you mess up your sequencing, you might be just giving up the game. Like everything just matters, you know. And I like these kind of matchups. That's a great draw. Steerings. 4 Simic Growth. Love it. So now we get to expose it, which is good for us. And this is why it's good for us to expose this. This is why it's good for us to expose this. Sometimes you just get them, you know? This is the one. Yeah, I'm gonna bounce that one. Okay. Now we Karn. And this is what I was talking about when I was saying you want to get ahead. No force? Nice, okay. So we minus and we get some value. Probably Crucible here, considering that I have Ghost Quarter already going. So Crucible right now, we can't Lattice next turn, unfortunately. But we're super far ahead now. Yeah, it definitely feels like my opponent is new in this matchup. Like even if they and the reason that I wanted to minus Karn here is because I wanted to get value even through a Teferi minus here. Fetch. Go. So they know about this. I'm gonna play this out. Play Crucible. Nice. I've already gotten my value, so I just want to protect the card now. We have Field of the Dead already in hand, which we can start to take advantage of. Next turn we can start Ghost Quartering my opponent if I want to. I don't think I'm going to though. There's this Naparino for no value. Very happy that I plus my Karn instead of minusing. The Fairy Time Raveler. Yeah. Minus on Scouterino. Sneakers out. Thank you for the follow. Good in the field. Deeper on D. Thank you for the follow. That scout was just the $1,000,000 scout. So I can play explosives on 2 or 3. I think I'm gonna play it on 2 to kill the Snappy and stop the clock. All right. They can pass my Crucible, but if they do, then I'm okay with that. Because I can just minus for it again. Kill the Fairy. Path. Alright, nice. So this not only ramps me, it gives me another card for field. It also allows, like, my opponent can't clock this. I'm gonna be able to play my Scout. Play my Gemstone Mine. That's an Amulet. Yeah, seems better than the alternatives. So we're gonna do Amulet here. Play Amulet. We still can crack the explosives to kill the snap. Do I want to do this main phase? Maybe I do. This can't attack me. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I don't want my opponent to like be able to bounce their snap or path their snap in response. So now our Karn is good to go. We can Lattice next turn. They activate main phase now. Nice. I think I'm just gonna get Crucible here. One, two, three. Play Crucible. Opt. We have Amulet in play now, so we can actually do a lot of things here. In fact, we can actually Titan right now if we want to. So if my opponent taps out, I am going to Titan. Kill into the fairy. Karn is still alive. We have a second Karn in hand. Force of Negation, which also exiles. Play Urza. So what if I do Karn? I can transmute. Okay, so this is great. Okay, so I can transmute for Pact. Pact for Titan. Yeah, sorry that I'm taking my time here, that I'm not looking at chat right now. But yeah, so the reason why I didn't go for the Lattice Lock is because exactly of what you just saw. I used 3 mana to get my opponent's Force of Negation. If I had gone for the Lattice Lock, I would have used 6 mana to get my opponent's Force. Like, my opponent needs to counter the Crucible, otherwise I just win. So by doing that, I was able to double spell in this turn instead of just single spell. But it looks like my opponent... Oh, Disdainful Stroke. Brutal. Okay. We have 6 then. Two cards left in hand only. And what I was going to do is I was going to, instead of hasting the Titan, I was going to haste the Azusa and attack the Teferi with the Azusa. Destroy my Ghost Quarter. Yeah, that resolves. My opponent's trying to like set up a way to clock the card next turn. Oh, they're tapping out? They are tapping out. So I just Lattice Lock them now. Sweet. Hashtag outplayed. And this is why you want the amulet. This is 4, 6. Yeah, I have enough. Six. Choose this one to keep. Minus Mycosynth Lattice, cast Mycosynth Lattice. Attack Enrico. Got there. And you can see why I love so much this matchup. It's just like there's so many things, there's so many little details. There's like so much to be taking care of, so much to be keeping track of. And it's just good magic, you know? Whenever I play against Blue-White, I just have such a good time. It's just, that was a 50-minute match, by the way. That was a 50-minute match. Yeah, so mode Gallias, my opponent had a Teferi. My opponent had a baby Teferi, so Pact of Negation doesn't do anything. And I explained why I went for the Crucible instead of the Lattice. That was an exciting very first game. A very first match. I'm into it. I can only take so many of these before I start getting tired and I start punting so much, but... Have you opposed this bot somewhere? Whenever I do Amulet coaching, newer players commonly struggle with this matchup. Yep, I agree with that. And I will post the VOD in YouTube, and I always upload my all of my beats always get uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, I made a couple of mistakes, I think in the very first game or something like that, or maybe it was the second one. It was because I was playing so quickly, because that is one of the very important things in the matchup too. Like, you need to play very, very quickly, because otherwise you're just gonna get... I think I have to keep this hand. It has the potential to be terrible, but I think I have to keep it. Yeah, you need to be really, really careful with like how you value things and that kind of stuff. Oh, we're playing against Urza? Okay. Yeah, my opponent definitely made some questionable plays. No doubt. I think I just pass here. And next turn I just play the amulet and go with that. It's gonna cost me my gemstone, but that's probably fine. Unless they have like the spell bomb. Faro9999 with that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome. Oof, brutal. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Hope you are enjoying the content, and things looking good for us now. Unless my opponent has explosives, which I really doubt they do, or they have a snare and bridge. I can beat a snare and bridge. I have explosives in hand. Dampings here will be pretty brutal. So this is the easy part. Now what? Can I set up lethal? I have 2 more landos. This is going to be 9 mana, so I can double Titan. But I can haste them, but they can't attack. Richan, welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription. Hype has already been 4 months. Sheesh, time flies, enjoying the streams, and always thanks for streaming. Thank you so much, Richan. Thanks for being here. Attack for 20 with no land in play. Yeah, it's the classic, really is. Can attack for 16, I think. Now the question is, can I pay for my pact afterwards? So I play Simic Growth 2 times. I think I can pay for my pact, and they can't really mess with my mana, right? So I play Simic twice. That gives me 9 mana. I cast Titan with green and blue floating. I haste Titan. I play explosives for 3 with the second one. I crack explosives main phase. I have Boros Garrison in play. I die to Damping Sphere. I can go for it, but I die to Damping Sphere. If I wait one more turn, I can play through Damping Sphere. The other alternative is for me to just like make my land drops, cast a Titan, resolve a Titan with all my lands in play. And then crack explosives next turn. I think that line's gonna be better. I still died to Damping Sphere. So I can just wait a turn. I think I'm just gonna wait a turn and try to go for it next turn. I don't want to let myself dead to just a stupid Damping Sphere, you know? Yeah, there's an Ensnaring Bridge. There's an Ensnaring Bridge in play. I wonder what my opponent's thinking with like tank, pass. It's definitely a weird thing. Girapur, Aethergrid. Okay, that really punishes me. I was definitely not playing around Aethergrid. Never mind, we're fine. Better lucky than good, etc., etc. And now we get a 2-for-1 with the explosives. Ha, nice. So let's think again. I play this twice, right? I play this twice. I'm gonna cast a Titan with blue, green, floating. I am going to cast a Titan, swing for 16. I have enough to swing for 16 and I destroy all 3 things. This is 6. So we want to haste. Can't attack, haste, vigilance, classic. And I cannot haste twice. So I'm gonna be 1 mana short of just like bouncing and replaying the forest, which really sucks, honestly. So in that case, I'm just gonna bounce this. Bounce. Explosives. 1, 2, 3. Done. Crack. Combat. Attack. Yes. We're gonna do Telluri West and Kalni Garden. Yeah, sure. Again, I'm still trying to play around Damp Sphere. All right, take 8. You have another bridge. No, I can't double strike because I need to use the Boros Garrison, and then if I'm getting second Titan, then I would have 2 packs to pay for instead of just 1. There's the Urza. Okay, so my opponent can have it here. If they have the infinite combo, I might die. They're trying to get lucky. Second Urza. Okay. All right. Third Amulet. That's hilarious. How do I lose this game? I think I need to get Pact of Negation here. If I attack, I get Sunhome. I get Sunhome Gemstone. I can double strike the Titan. My opponent blocks with both. I guess they would need to block with everything if they want to trade with the Titan. So I think I'm interested in doing that. So we're going to play the Amulet. I'm going to play my land for turn. Then I'm going to swing and I'm going to get Gemstone Mine and Sunhome. Sunhome and Gemstone Mine. So if my opponent wants to trade with my Titan, they will need to block with everything. So this is the last thing that resolves. And then this untaps twice. So white, red. Mana. Mana. Double strike. Yeah, this is not gonna work out for them. Because first strike damage happens, I kill the construct, and now the other constructs become smaller. That was not a good block for them. I can still be dead though. My opponent can get lucky here. If they flip like they have an activation with Urza. Okay, they whiffed. Alright, sweet. So I think we're gonna get there. Unless there are two cards in hand are Thopter Foundry and the other piece, the other combo piece. We're good. All right, sweet. Braids in. Thank you very much. Rexage Force in. Walking Ballista doesn't do anything. Pact of Nation is very hard to cast. Do I want Field or not? Ghost Quarter can only interact with their stupid land, Inventor's Fair. Seems worth it though. Calmly seems bad. It attacks through bridge, but that means that my opponent needs to not have any blockers on their side, and they are like they're playing Goblin Engineers. They're playing, and I'm pretty sure that they're playing Engineers, even though I didn't see them because I saw red. So negate for Thunder Bridge. It seems like a little bit narrow. I think I'm gonna bring it in to like try it out, but it seems bad. Like it definitely seems like I would rather be upbraiding and destroying their stuff instead of trying to make sure my stuff lines up well against them. Yeah, I just sold myself into not wanting negate. We have so many answers to what my opponent is doing. Like they realistically cannot beat a Karn. So this is again the hand that can get very easily cheesed out, but I think I have to keep it. So we can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Transmute for Pact, turn 3 Azusa. Hope my opponent doesn't have a Damping Sphere. Turn 4 Titan. It's not terrible. Like it's technically a turn 4 Titan on the play. Redundant Titan doesn't help my odds though. Beastikinia, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Could you explain why red over white Purge would be really good against John, Urza, and Burn? I mean, you're seeing why literally right now. I think that Urza is right now one of the best decks in the format. So, because of that, like, okay, that's a very good draw actually. There's nothing. Like, I think that Stoneforge decks are gonna be a thing. Storm is gonna be a thing. Like all of these decks, Abrade is so much better than Path. So I die to Damping Sphere. Is it worth it? Is it worth it for me to die to Damping Sphere? I think it is. Because I don't want to give my opponent too many turns. So I'm just gonna basically, this is me just saying, okay, if you have the damn sphere, you got me, bro. Hopefully they have like a Goblin Engineer or something like that. That one also works. Unless they have a 0, they can't Damp Sphere me, which is good. What was the first match against? Path was the main reason to play white. Yeah, Path is the main reason to play white, and it was a must when Hogak was a thing, obviously. I think we just play all the lands out here. Just serve. But now that Hogak is no longer a deck, I think that Abrade becomes better than Path. Especially with everybody trying to play Stoneforges. Ha! Thoughtseize resolves. How do you like my hand, OP? How do you like my hand? Oh, that was funny. Okay, so can I haste here? I think I can. So 6. This is 1 mana. 2. Yeah, I can haste. So we're gonna haste. I did try to see if they said something in chat, but they didn't. They just took it like a champ. Okay, so 1 land drop, float white. 2nd land drop, 3rd land drop, red. Haste. Combat. Do you want to trade a Thopter for an Azusa? I actually do. Go. We're gonna do bounce land. Just bounce. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. So bounce for T-West. And I think bounce for bounce is gonna be the other one. Gives me more options next turn. Yeah, I think that this list, Amulet overall, I think so as well. But like this list in particular has a very good Urza matchup, which I think it's a great place to be in. So I'm basically trading Azusa for one of my opponent's Thopter Foundries and one of their tokens, which I think is a very good trade. It's a very good trade for me. Next turn I get to transmute, get explosives on 0, haste my and play and haste the Titan. Yeah, I don't think my opponent can win anymore. I got a European Championship Modern event next Thursday. I'm back on Scout 2. What splash do I go to? We just talked about this. I think the red splash is the best thing to be doing. That's a nice little synergy there. Thopter Foundry can sack Star, my opponent gets a token, and they also draw a card. That's a very sweet synergy. I've been playing a fair bit with the Urza deck as well. I think this deck is very, very good. Of course, it's not Amulet. Did you make any changes to this from the SI? Not yet. I mean, I just keep winning with it, right? So why would I want to make any changes? It's clearly perfect. Now, I think it was big to add the Baloth. Yeah, this is too slow, unfortunately. Huh. Did I just win the die roll? I totally forgot if I won the die roll, honestly. Totally forgot. It's a solid 4-1 this, indeed. No path, no sanctuary. Nope. That's what I've been doing. I mean, you can check the deck list there. Play Gemstone Go. We're totally playing against Blue Moon, right? We're totally playing against Blue Moon. We're totally gonna get got by Blue Moon here. God damn it. I don't think I can play around it though. We're totally gonna get mooned on 3. This makes me so sad. Oh no. I could have played an Explosives on 3 preemptively. But I mean, I'm not winning that game. Like, and if my opponent remands my explosives, I draw them closer to a Blood Moon. So I think it's correct to just like take it like a champ here. Yeah. So the problem is if I jam explosives on 3 there, and then my opponent has a remand, I give them a target for the remand, which draws them closer to a moon. And if they don't have it right now, next turn I can double explosives on 3. This could be Storm, I guess. It could be Storm and Blue-Red Phoenix. Yeah, I think it's worth it to do this now. This is how afraid we are of Blood Moon. Alright, that resolved. Sick. And now we're gonna go get the Blue Pact. Yeah, Storm usually doesn't play fetches, but sometimes they do. There's some maniacs out there, you know? So I can trust. I think I want to transmit for a Blue Pact here. Yeah, these are the kind of games that we only lose to Blood Moon and stupid shit like that. Oh, we're playing Grixis? We're playing against Grixis control. Discard a card, destroy an artifact. Alright, so now we know better. So I think we discard the turf. I just transmute forward land here. Alright, my opponent just played correctly by making me play about stuff that I should not have played around. Punished. Now they have Cryptic Command. God damn it. I got super got here. I don't know. Like, that's how afraid we are of Blood Moon. What are your expectations for the upcoming meta regarding the value of Blue Pact? I mean, you're seeing it right now, right? We played against Blue White already. We played against Urza. I guess Blue Pact is not great against Urza. But we're playing against a Grixis control, kind of derpy list. We're playing against, I guess, against Stoneforge decks. Unless they are blue, it's not really a great thing. Play another Amulet. And if this resolves, I'm just going to pass the turn here. Because I don't want to get got by another... What's my opponent doing over there? Are they logic nodding? Okay. Pact. Primeval Titan. I guess this happened. I guess this just happened. I mean, sounds good. I'll take it. Sweet. Sweet. I guess we are stupidly far ahead now. Cool. Amulet. Oh, Amulet. You're so great. No, people really... I mean, people should just watch my stream more, you know what I'm saying? Why are people not watching my stream right now? Okay, that pays for the pact. We have the blue floating, but that's fine. Alright, sweet. So next turn we transmute for cavern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. So I just passed the turn here. Because I don't want to transmute for cavern and then I can't play the Titan this turn, and then I just get got by like a Thoughtys or something, you know? Number of blue-white players I play versus in paper who just tap out for walkers, it's mind blowing. Yeah. Yeah, my opponent from the blue-white matchup was playing very well until in game 3 they just made all sorts of mistakes. I don't know if that is just them being not familiar with the deck or whatever. Jace Blossom themselves. That's like the grittiest play I have ever seen in my life. Alright, blue pact. Beep. 1, 2, 3. Souza. First land drop of the turn. Bounce. Second land drop of the turn. Bounce. 4, 5, 6. Cast Primeval Titan. Alright, so my opponent is some kind of like blue Grixis, like junk style deck. Seems like they're gonna have a really tough time against us. Unless they're playing JVP. I still remember like back when Jace Vryn's Prodigy was like an $80, like $90 card. And when everybody was jamming JVP in their decks, I remember that matchup was actually pretty rough. It was super hard to play too. Failed to find to display dominance. Indeed, just transmute. Go. just to show him. I definitely want Baloth. They like my opponent will need to use a real removal spell to deal with that. Don't think I will Kalni, definitely want Radiant Fountain. Don't want Relic. Want Amulets. I guess I play around that more Ego, right? So I bring in Hornet Queen. Sounds reasonable to do. We still have stuff to kill my opponent though. So how much do you like Coalition Relic in this list? I have always been a very, very big fan of Coalition Relic. I think that the card is great. I think that it just does a lot of things that we want a card in that slot to be doing. So I think it's great. You could play Gracer instead. I just like Relic way more. And in Vegas, I played Relic and Gracer. But that's because I was playing the 29-land list. Unfortunately, I don't think we can keep this one, even though it's nice to get them, you know, but... this hand is much better. And I think we're going to bottom the Hornet Queen. OP also mulligan? Yep. Alright. We're back to red and the shadow becomes popular deck. Do we put Groves back in the deck? I mean, if Death Shadow really becomes a big part of the meta, then I think I would rather play white as a splash color, or Chameleon Colossus in the deck. So smart by bottom in that previous scout. I just knew, you know, I just knew that I was gonna draw another one. God damn it. Opt. Okay. They kept on top though, that's scary. Maybe. Sulfur Falls. I haven't seen this card. God damn it, wow. Alright. Very good thing that I decided to bottom that Sakura Tribe Scout in the end. Jesus. Well, at least we get that. Should I? Yeah, I think I play my land. And then I play a scout. Do we put my opponent on Electrolyze? Because if we don't put my opponent in Electrolyze, then I would definitely want to play my second scout here. But if they are playing Electrolyze and I get 3 for 1, that would be almost game losing right there. I think I'm going Steerings. Mana Leak, you got it. I feel like Groves are too cute because you kind of basic force for a row. I think basic force is still about. Yeah, I agree with that, Richin. Like the fourth basic is just so great, right? Like if you want to play a Grove, like the cost is to not play a basic forest, and that's such a big cost. Okay, command. Nice. All right, so now I get to I get to discard my stupid redundant scout. Nice. Play Amulet. Play land. Float. Play Urza. Play land. Bounce and play land again. I think I just transmute for Summoner's Pact here. Transmute a Reno. Summoner's Pact. Alright. If they have a second K command, or I guess Snap K command would also be pretty brutal. What is this? 4 mana? Please tap out for Jace. Please tap out for Jace. I guess I don't want F6. Well, I think I do F6 actually, because I can't even pact. Yeah, so Snappy K command probably killing the Azusa and killing the Amulet, but that is actually just fine. Like it puts me a little bit behind, but my opponent only has 2 cards in hand, and like a Snap which doesn't really do anything. And we actually have like they didn't mess with my hand. And we get to gain some life in the process. Now if they K command me again, I get them with the Baloth. Now a Jace here would be problematic though. Aha. Each opponent discards a card. Tell me more about it. Oof, that's brutal. I think I have to discard the Hornet Queen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7, right? Yep. That dispel was money. That was a good dispel right there. That was a good fucking dispel. Malik 7D, thank you for the follow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get a bounce here, I think, right? Damn, that dispel though. Whew. If we draw a Titan, unless my opponent draws like some kind of counter magic, we should be in a good spot though. Take 6. Active negation, okay. Gain 2, pass the turn. Take 6 again. Them not attacking with a creepy tar pit is pretty scary. Alright, let's draw a Titan. Titan. It's not a Titan. Alright, can we draw a Primeval Titan? Draw 2. That's lethal? Okay. Alright. That dispel right there. It's pretty solid. I don't think I want to change anything though. Game 3. Stupid scouts, come on. Alright, I like this one. And I keep this one. I'm gonna bottom that. Done. OP moves as well? Yeah, they mullion too. So this is a turn 2 Karn. My opponent has not seen Karn yet. So that is definitely good for me. We can turn to Karn, we're still developing our mana, which is quite powerful to be fair, on the play especially. Turf. And I think that I want to try to do this right now so I can play around Mana Leak. Yeah, this is actually an interesting spot. Like, do we play around the Lightning Bolt or not? Because if I want to play around the Bolt, I think I want to play this and then the Garrison. The problem with doing that, I think it's worth it. The problem with doing this is that now next turn I can't play around Mana Leak anymore. But I think it's very likely for my opponent to have the removal spell. And if they don't, then I actually can play around Mana Leak. So I think it's worth it to do. Like, my opponent needs to have Lightning Bolt and Mana Leak here in order for me to be punished. Ha! They did have the removal spell. Look at that. Well, dismember, whatever. They needed to have a removal spell there. And I don't need to play around Mana Leak. I think we get a Titan here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Karn. Spell Pierce gets me here, but they have the wow, brutal. That's so brutal. They shouldn't have this card in their deck, by the way. I mean, if they know that we're playing Karn, then that makes sense, but they didn't. Like, this is the first time that I showed them a Karn, so. So I guess even if I had tried to jam, I would have been punished. So bye-bye this, and I guess bye-bye this. I don't think I'm going to need a double strike land anyway. Oof, this is an awkward one. I guess I punted by just playing. Ugh. Yeah, I need to do this. If they have another K command and they make me discard, this is gonna be so punishing. Because I don't have double green, right? So if I top the Titan off the top, I'm actually screwed. She's really awkward. It's not a known quantity. Literally, we were not playing. I was not playing Amulet 5 days ago. When I registered my list for GP Vegas, I was not playing Karn. So saying that Amulet is a known quantity that Amulet plays Karn is just wrong. Like we literally started playing Karn 4 days ago, I guess, on Monday. And he's such a bad card otherwise. Yeah, that's the wrong one to destroy, but sure. I don't think my opponent's gonna get punished. Draw step K command. This sucks. I'm gonna make the $1 million play. I think I'm gonna make the $1 million play right now. My opponent is representing K command super hard. Do you have a second basic swamp, opponent? How tight was that play? Please tell me. I mean, I whiffed, obviously, so it's just like whatever, but... But how tight was that line in order to play around my opponent's K command? Whoo! Whoo! All right. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I guess they didn't have a K command. Yeah, they didn't have a K command. They did have it. Wow. Take note. Take note of those. Those are the plays, my friends. Those are the plays. And then we held the land in order to play around the K command the following turn. And now we have Titan mana for the following turn. Alright, my opponent has 1 turn to draw something very good. Don't counter me, please. They drew a cryptic. God damn it. Force. Alright. I played to my outs. I'm happy with how I played. I played to my outs. My opponent just had it all. This matchup where you have K commands and such, I don't see no reason to have a rejection. Yeah. Yeah, well, my opponents just have been drawing the nuts. There's not much that we can do about it. I guess if we draw, like... Okay, they left on top. Yeah. We're dead. I'm still very happy with how I play that game. I'm still very, very happy with how I play that game. My opponent just had the nuts, so... So it didn't really matter, but I think I played very well. We're gonna mulligan this, and that's nothing. Probably gonna mulligan this one too. We're gonna keep this one. Keep, and we bottom this, and... I guess that we're closer to casting this than to cast this. So I guess we bottom at prime time. It feels awful. It's actually kind of cool that Grixis is back in the menu, you know. 406 LOL, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Huh? Oh, is this like the Mardu Shadow deck or something? If we draw a bounce land, we're in a really good spot. Bounce land. It's not a bounce land. Yeah, Mardu Shadow. Think the card version of Amulet is the best version for Urza bands? Yes, yes I do. Stoneforge, top of the meta. What's his name also in top of the meta? Urza, Scales, all decks that we want to be playing Karn in. Probably gonna lose this one. I guess that whether to bottom at prime time or Karn didn't really matter. How big is Field of the Dead now? It's okay. I don't think I want it in the main deck. I think it's definitely a fine cyber card for sure. Not attacking, so I'm holding this to hold information. I don't think I want to main deck it, but it's a nice cyber card to have access to for sure. Take two. Playing a rank K command here. I mean, we're pretty dead anyway, right? But I need to draw exactly a bounce. Take two again. Ranger Captain. Yeah, okay, so we're very dead. You think I'm in a tier 1 deck now? I mean, it's always tier 1 in my heart. Now, you know, trying to be reasonable, I think it's definitely better than it was a minute ago, right? And by a minute, I seen like every deck was worse than Hogak. Like there was no other tier 1 deck than Hogak that was the tier 1 deck. And then there was everything else. Things not looking great here. We cannot beat Call Against Command. Is that lethal? 12, yeah, that's lethal. Okay, so we're dead. Alright, so Shadow, Field of the Dead, Hornet Queen, Bailoff, Rex Sage, by Pact, by Ghost Squatter, by one Summoner's Pact. There we go. But yeah, I think Amulet might be like tier 1.5 probably. Tier 1 would be, I would consider Jund, Urza, Tron. And it's very possible that Tron is now better than E-Tron. Maybe that's it. Maybe one of the Stoneforge decks. The thing is that like there's not, like we don't know what the Stoneforge decks are yet. It's too early in the format to figure out. Like the card has been legal for 3 days, right? For 4 days, so we really don't know what is the best Stoneforge shell nor anything like that. I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand and be very sad when my opponent just thoughts me out of the game. But I think I'm gonna lead on Scout over the other alternatives. It's also really shitty in this matchup that we can't really play explosives preemptively on one because Hex Parasite can take the counters off of it. I'm definitely fine with that exchange. That's an awful draw. That's a terrible draw. Some K command fodder, I guess. Scholar, okay. If we draw a Karn, we might be off to the races. Okay. I mean, that's not horrendous. Gives me something to do. And I'm not gonna expect this amulet to live, so I'm just gonna do this. Oh, that was not terrible, I guess. Yep. So now if I top deck a Titan, we're actually looking very good. Take 2. We definitely need to top deck though. We can't really just be hanging out here, especially when my opponent having that shadow in play. Yeah, by playing out the Semi-Cross Chambers, now I made Tolera West into not a great draw. That's brutal. That really is brutal. I'm gonna play the Snow-Covered Forest and pass the turn. It's nice that we were able to play around K command here. Can we draw something, please? Rex Sage would even be a reasonable draw. Come on, deck, please. Please, please, please. I guess that there's nothing that it's correct to name, so I'll just name Giant. Like, we have green mana, enough green mana for Hornet Queen, so there's nothing that is superior, and we're not playing Trinket Mage, so naming human is irrelevant. Oh, thank you, Jose. How you doing? Welcome to the stream today. Yeah, so many good draws. Ranger Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Getting another shadow. Can we draw something good, please? Prime time. Please, prime time. Prime time. Come on, please. Ugh. This is so brutal. This is so brutal. I'm gonna just like block with both. My opponent's gonna TBR the one that's blocking here. I was gonna swing for 6 twice, so 11. So it shouldn't be lethal. Never mind. Now it is lethal. Copy silent calling for another draw. Yeah. I guess that was the play. I was thinking about like making an extra chump block, so it was another way of getting another draw. And if I had copied the silent clearing, I would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Yeah, so I guess that I could have drawn into a Titan there. So we're still drawing towards the same thing. So if they don't have the TBR, I think they just miss lethal. Yeah, they just miss lethal. They could have gotten the Hex Parasite and then just like pay a bunch of life. Prime time. If we draw prime time, we win. Prime time. Alright. It was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. If we had drawn a card, we would have not gotten there. Yeah, definitely good pickup on the copy Silent Clarion for another draw line. I was my thought process was if I play a bounce land, I can draw. I can get another copy of another token, another Karn Amulet token. So might be pretty good. Like might help me get another turn anyway. But maybe. Hey Santelmo, how you doing? Yeah, we started very well. We played a sick matchup against Blue White. It was very very good. And then I played a very good matchup against. I'm a greed monster. What am I doing? Why am I keeping these hands? Why am I so greedy? Why am I so greedy? We played a really good matchup against Blue White and a really good matchup against Grixis. We just whiffed a ton. Which is very frustrating because this version of the deck has even more threats than than previous versions of the deck. Because even I had enough mana to just like Karn and get just Karn and get the thing. Interesting draw. Okay, I was gonna bog myself to Amulet. Karn Wormcoil is what I meant. I was gonna bog myself to get the Amulet back with the Karn if we want to, but I think now that we drew the Tularia West, now I want to be transmuted on turn 3, probably. Turn 4, I guess. Trey is in the house. How you doing, my man? It's probably black-green or Jund. Our question would be answered shortly. Black-green. Yeah, that is a problem. Ballista. That's a lot of prime time, Stray. We have not seen that many today, unfortunately. Just 42, thank you for the follow. So basically we just need my opponent to stumble somehow, like they miss a land drop, or they have like a hand that is filled with like removal and stuff like that, but they don't have any Thoughtseize style cards. Yeah, that's bad for us. Oh, they are playing Jund. Jund with Bob? Maybe they just don't have money for the rents. This is awkward now. I think I have to Karn minus for Wormcoil. I think I have to Karn minus for Wormcoil. I could minus for explosives. That sounds better. It's worst against specifically Inquisition, but I give my opponent exactly 1 turn to get the Inquisition. They're gonna be able to answer the Karn. I could have Karn plus, but then if my opponent has a bolt, I basically gain no value at all. So that doesn't seem worth it. No Inquisition. God damn. Yeah, so I didn't have enough mana to needle Ren and 6. Finally, a streamer playing a modern deck worth watching. Oh, Charon Bound. Thank you. No, and if you're looking for Amulet content, there's no better place in the internet. There just is not. There just isn't. So glad to have you here today with us. Things are looking bad right now for us, though. I mean, I guess that they're going to Inquisition away the explosives here, and they will need to find another discard spell, or otherwise they're going to get Titan next turn. So that's a nice consolation prize. We can also draw another explosives. No shitty SFM around these parts? Negative. No. Alright, so transmute. For Summoner Pact. Bog myself. I guess I should have bogged before transmuting. I was thinking of making the Goif smaller, but... And now I have to dodge one discard spell. I'm not playing out the Scout because they just, you know, they just ping it with the Ren or kill it with the Fatal Push. They have like a million ways to kill with it. So I'd rather have some Liliana Fodder in here instead. Only consider 4-1 finishes, 3-2 finish with mid-mana decks. That's what we do. That's what we do. Today I got the fifth 4-1 on stream, but it was actually the 6th 4-1, but it was the 5th 4-1 where I lost the very last match. Bloodbraid. Alright. No discard spell. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. Yeah, Scout dice. That's a very real clock, though. You're too late, bro. Alright, so we packed for a Titan. We get got by Liliana, but there's nothing that we can do about it. So we're gonna do Kalni Simic, I think. So we're gonna have 8 mana for... I'm not gonna get to transmute. So I guess I'm gonna do Kalni Ghost Quarter so I can kill my opponent's Ravine. If they bob into a Liliana or Trophy, I just lose though. What's the point in Kalni? Being able to pay for my pact in upkeep. That's mostly the point. Okay. Double Bolt. They have Liliana. Yep, they have Liliana. I just need a green source. Like, there's nothing else that's doing anything for me, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce, transmute. Yeah, this is pretty brutal. Yeah, turn to Bob is the way that Jund beats Amulet, basically. If you are a Jund player and you want to know how to beat Amulet, keep on playing Bob like my opponent is doing right now. So I use this turn to transmute. I take 3, 5, and then they bolt me. Okay, so we're dead. Green plus Field of the Dead. We don't have Field of the Dead in the main deck. Field of the Dead is coming now. Minus there. Hornet Queen, Bailoff, Nabraids. Out with this. It's funny that we're just bringing in a Braid mostly, almost exclusively because of Bob. Like, that's how much that card destroys us. This is a fine setup. Why does everybody call him Bob? Because he was... the card was created by a player called Bob Maher, who's a Hall of Famer. And Bob actually looks like Bob. Like the guy Bob. The card Bob. The card Bob, which is Dark Confident, looks like the guy Bob. Why are we still on Grafdigger's Cage? Trying to understand why I should keep my Cyborg post Hogak. No, it's not Dredge. It's mostly Devoted Druid decks and Neo Brand decks, which I have faced none of so far. So, still not sure whether. I mean, this is my very first iteration of the deck. Yeah, this is a weird hand, but I think it's actually it's pretty robust. So as long as we draw lands, we're gonna be in a good spot, and Liliana is bad against us because of the Bailoff. probably gonna take the prime time here. We have many ways to ramp, which is great, which is exactly what we want against Jund. The bad part is now they know about Balos, so they're gonna play around it for the rest of the game. That's actually not a terrible draw. Out of all the bad draws we could have had, that one is actually a somewhat defensible one. And the reason for that is that it basically speeds us up by a turn, which is great. Hand is rough versus K Command. I mean, most hands that we can get are rough versus K Command. That's just how this matchup goes, you know. What do we want to draw here? Another bounce out would be great. Trimalgoyf is fine. Definitely missing Path to Exile and Celestial Purge in this matchup for sure. This matchup was much easier when we were splashing white. No Fulminator, please. That's a Fulminator mage. That's probably game over. Yeah, that's probably game. Untap land? It's not untap land. Yeah. So I can't really play the Azusa here. No, actually I am going to play Azusa because if my opponent... It allows me to get like a little bit on the board, and if now my opponent is going to be tempted to like K-command here and here instead of K-command here and here, which is what they should do. So I'm playing the Azusa out as bait basically. And if they don't have the K-command, then I might be in a fine spot because I can just like explosives for 2, kill the Goyf, take it from there. Is Relic still worth creeping in with so many K commands? I don't think there's that many K commands. That's just brutal. My opponent is just They got my answer to Timer Wave there. I just need to draw a land here. That's not good enough. This is not good enough. And here there's no value in trying to hide info, so I'm just gonna F6. This turn Azusa might need to chomp block. We don't have Titan mana. I honestly don't know what we're trying to draw into. What saves me here? Explosives? Another explosive cell saves me. 1, 2, 3. Transmute. I don't have enough mana. Transmute for bounce land. 1, 2, 3. Play bounce land. Play Azusa. Bounce, bounce. That's so bad. It's my only available play though. And I just punted too, because I should have added blue mana there. God damn it, I just cost myself 1 mana. That's bad. Oh, what am I doing? I need to transmute first. Ugh. Alright, I'm a little bit tilted right now. I should have transmuted first. Float blue with the Coalition Relic. Transmute it first. Go in a Semi-Growth Chamber. Play Semi-Growth Chamber. Play Azusa. Play Semi-Growth Chamber twice. Play Baloth. That allows me to survive and potentially draws me another turn. I don't think I'm winning anyway, but that is my out. For my, like, the Baloth blocks here. Azusa blocks here, or like here, I guess. And then I take 5 down to 6. Yeah, that was my out. I punted the game away. But I don't think I was winning, honestly, anyway. That was brutal. We started super strong. We played some 2 great matches, and then we just got rolled over. So many whiffs. We didn't do particularly well in all of those 3 matches. We put ourselves in. I mean, that last game was just terrible. There's nothing we could have done there. I could have played a little bit better. I guess the Grixis deck we just whiffed so badly. Okay, things that I might want to change. Let's do this and see what happens. We're totally gonna get punished, but I want to see what happens. Let's see. Anything else? Not really. Alright, let's see what happens. Let's do this for science. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. If you don't know me, my name is Francisco. I stream a lot of Amulets in this channel. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you hit that follow button. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe. You can get access to these 3 emotes, as well as a very complete cyber guide that I have written for Amulet, and which I continue to update. Sugar Rush, thank you for the follow. This is my Twitter page if you want to follow me over there. Then if you want, I recommend you also check out my YouTube channel. That's where I upload all of my past streams. If you want to join my Discord, the Primetime Stronghold Discord, that is the first link that you see over there. And the Amulet Discord is the other link that you see over there. And finally, if you would like to support the stream, with any donation of $12 or more, I will play your 75 through a league, as long as I can get a hold of the cards. All you need to do is you need to just send me a link with the list that you would like me to play. All donations are, of course, very appreciated. Great hand, we're gonna keep. Alright, go opponent. Let me turn on the AC a little bit. It's getting hot in here. Playing against humans. I guess that's something to do next turn, so it's not a terrible draw. It's not great, but it's not like horrendous of it or anything. And I'm still gonna have access to Titan Mana on the following turn, so unless my opponent plays a Thalia onto, or a freebooter or whatever, then I think the El Karno is gonna come out and play. And I think that I just play the Karn and minus for explosives. Scout's nice in this matchup. They can't really answer it until turn 3, so he gets you some nice little value. What is this? Thalia? Thalia is a little bit annoying, so I guess I'm going to be playing Coalition of Radigon 2. And yield till next end step. Alright. EOT. Flash this in. Yeah. I can Karn now. It honestly just seems better to play the Coalition Relic and charge it up. It's gonna give me more mana to work with next turn. And even if my opponent manages to... So let's say that they champion plus... Oh. Okay, I think this is good for me. Okay, so I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So next turn I'm gonna be able to play a Titan and haste it. So I think I don't want to chomp with a Scout. 5, 6, 8. Okay, so down to 10. Alright, Sousa. That doesn't change anything. I'm also going to be able to trigger Field of the Dead, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, sweet. So we're going to add a green mana here. Cast Primeval Titan. And I'm going to get Colony Garden plus Radiant Fountain with this trigger. So, and then Field of the Dead bounce land with the second trigger. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna do Fountain Tolaria. Yeah, that sounds better. So Fountain Tolaria first. Moto. Moto. Alright, there we go. Fountain Tolaria first. Play land. Play Stronghold. Haste. White. Red. Combat. Attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Field. Suba. This is the field. Yeah, this is the bounce land. So they can Reflector Mage my Titan, but that just means that I make a ton of zombies, and I can even lock them out if I want to with Karn. You got some Mariners, bro. You got some Mariners. This is game over. So that is my yeah, I can play another Titan. Oh, shoot. I should have floated mana here. It's fine. We're still okay. Hasting a zombie to assert dominance. 4, 5, 6. Primeval Titan. Yes. Garrison and Girl Turf. Pointing conceits. Alright, Karn's out. Queen. Baloth, Sage, Abrades, Pact out. Wormcoil, Explosives. Good. Pact out. Relic out. And Ghost War. Dope. We lost. What do you mean, King Krark? The only thing I was lost amongst all the awesomeness. That's the only lost that I was. Moving on this. Keep this. Good hand. Good. Keep. I think I'm gonna. Do I bottom the pact? I think I want to bottom the pact because it allows me to play around freebooter. And if I find an amulet, I'm gonna play it on turn 1. If I draw exactly amulet of vigor. Oh, you're gay. Oh, sup, Gage? How you doing, dude? I guess it makes sense that you're King Krark. Missed you in Vegas, bro. It was a good time. It was definitely a good time over there. Okay, so as long as there's no damping sphere, we should be in a very good spot here. Deputy? Oh, reflecting mage. Okay. That one is worse for us than deputy. Maybe I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't. I was thinking that maybe I should have played the girl turf in case we draw a braid, but then I realized that it doesn't matter, like how I sequence my stuff, because if I drew on a braid, I could have abraded plus scout, but then I'm going to play in a gemstone mine anyway, right? So I can just abrade plus scout anyway. If my opponent does something like, I don't know, like play melee mage or whatever. But I would expect my opponent to... I honestly don't expect my opponent to do anything. I have no idea what they can do. Alright. Another hierarch. Opponent. You can do it. You can do it. There's melee mage. Oh, nice, Gage. Yeah, that deck is sweet. They name engineered explosives. Very interesting. All right. So we're gonna get to Azusa and Scout here, which is nice. And we can still kill that guy with Walking Ballista. So I'm definitely expecting another melee mage here. Yeah, there we go. That's the one on prime time. Take 4. Okay. Land. Bounce. Play. Play. I'm very interested in playing the Ballista right now. And then see what my opponent does. So we're most likely killing the melee mage with on prime time, obviously, because we have 2 of them in hand. That is problematic. That is certainly problematic. If they have another meddling mage, we're gonna be in trouble. I guess Phantasmal Image also gets me real hard here. Please don't have it. Please don't have it. Yes. Okay, sweet. So I guess we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Jumping here for 5 damage seems reasonable. Alright, dope. Primeval Titan. 1, 2, 3. So we can't really trigger field yet. So I'm trying to leave myself the out to transmute for Hornet Queen next turn. That's why I didn't just like get Border's Garrison and something else. So because of that, I'm gonna do this. This prime time is looking strong in this board state though. Not worth it to haste. I guess I could have. Yeah, I guess I could have. It would have been better to haste. It's probably not gonna matter. We're just gonna be fine. Yeah, I honestly just missed it. If I'm honest with you. Sometimes you just miss the play that's right in front of you. We're not gonna miss it this time around. Yes. Garrison, Stronghold. Yeah. Why transmute for a queen when you can just top deck it? I know, that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. So Crusader is mildly problematic. It's not that problematic, honestly. The only problematic thing is that the Ballista's already gone. Oh, actually, this is gonna be swinging for 10 next turn, and I can't block it. So I definitely want to be gaining some life. I'm gonna make a shit ton of zombies. Field plus semi-growth. Make zombos. It's kind of odd that Miracle City has protection for both green and black. I think we're gonna be able to set up. We're gonna be able to set up enough zombies that it's not going to matter. I definitely want to hold the bounce line in hand. Yeah, I definitely want to hold the bounce line in hand for sure. We're gonna make like too many zombies this turn. We're gonna make absurd amounts of zombies. Yeah, that's a free block. And then I guess they want to trade. So that this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we kill the Reflector Mage, and then we trade with the mirroring with the primetime dice. Crusader is gonna swing for a bunch. I think I'm going to, even if they find another. So I guess I die to Deputy or Phantasmal Image. Is there a way that I can play around that? Because what I'm interested in doing here is playing Vesuva, copying Field, and then playing the Semi-Growth Chamber. I think I'm gonna go for that. Even if my opponent finds another Hierarch, I guess this only swings for how much? 12? So I'm still not dead. Ballista is gone. We already used the Ballista. My opponent had 2 melee mages, one on Ballista and one on Explosives and the other one on Primetime. So we had to kill the one on Primetime in order to continue doing our thing. Yeah, and now if my opponent attacks, I guess I get got by Kessig Malcontents. That's the way that I lose. So many Sombos. Alright, wanna know. Didn't really ask it was a single. Yeah, it's usually just a one-off. Even if my opponent had found the Deputy, I mean, I guess it wins then the game because of the No, it doesn't win the game. Because next turn we're transmitting for another Titan. If they deputy the zombies, we transmit for another Titan, cast it, haste it, and double strike it. So we're actually presenting lethal. We're on the play. So 1 in 27. 1 in 27. To be fair, Ghost Squatter can go squatter my own land and get me a land so I can steerings. So, all right, I'm doing this one for science, okay? I know that this was a mulligan. Like if I had been playing in a tournament, I would have mulled this, but what if it works, right? What if it works? But what if it works? Go big or go home? Exactly what I'm thinking. Scalding Tarn? Land. Easy. 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 It's just easy. Don't worry about it. OP is good. OP is good. So I guess it was a keep. You see, guys, it was a keep. My opponent's good. That's a very trustworthy. I guess I'm a trustworthy person. You know, my opponent's just like, yep. You know what? You got it. I think yeah. Okay, I'm good. I've seen enough. Okay, so what do we sideboard for? I think I keep the Karns just in case. I think I'm bringing negates because my opponent showed me a blue land. And I'm going to bring in one Rex Sage just to hedge. I probably don't want Ballista. No, I might want Ballista actually. I probably don't want 2 explosives. Probably don't want Relic. And I think I'm going to hedge with Bog over Ghost. Over Kali Garden. There we go. We might be playing against Storm though. So I'm trying to like figure out what the good hedge is, you know. So this hand is pretty good against a blue deck. So hopefully we're playing against a blue deck. We're playing against a blue deck. I guess we don't want both basics in hand. So that part is not. God damn it. Well, we're gonna start jamming into that counter magic. No fear. That's not a bad draw at all. Now our hand makes sense. Easy life. Alright, now we jam Azusa number 1. Please counter here. Jeskai. Wow. Whoops, oops, 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 oops. They might let it go. Oh no, logic not for 1. Sweet. Got me. You got me, OP. You got me. Sick value. Alright. Now we're going to float a mana and play a land. Tap 2. Play Azusa again. Gonna counter this one too. Please counter. Nice. 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 Alright, everything's working out. Everything's working out. This is nice. This is nice. Unless my opponent goes Okay, unless they go like untap into fairy or something like that, should be good here. Third Azusa's the charm. Do I want to deny them the draw step? I kind of do. No, I think I'm gonna negate here. Nice! Wow, this is so good for me. Now, if they tap out for Teferi or something, I just backed it. I got a nice little 2-for-1. They pitch force to force. So that's also great. Baby Teferi would be the only annoying thing, because I can't back that one. I love how Azusa just like did so much work for us there. This is gonna be a draw step. Okay, that one is actually problematic. Yeah, that's a clock. Opponent's probably gonna not take anything. That would be the correct play. Got some lag. Thank you for the follow. What? OP, what the hell are you doing? I think I jammed this Karn. They're gonna counter it. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play on the field and pass. So I have Titan mana if I draw Titan next turn. That's a colonnade. Opponent has me in a 3-turn clock. Titan. Lol. Okay, so we're gonna play out this Sage for no value. And then pass. They double bottomed. Field the field. Sure. Classic Serum Visions into activate. Into shuffle. Scry 2 into shuffle. Classic place. We need to draw prime time here. 100% sure that you will get my next prime sub. Oh, thank you. Got some lag. Appreciate it. Glad that you're enjoying the content. One, 2, 3. Okay, so we can play around Spell Snare, or we can play around Disdainful Stroke. I'm gonna play around Spell Snare. Disdainful Stroke, sorry. Nice. Definitely snap kill in this V-click here. Activate first. Pass. Ping. Alright, we have stopped the clock. We have successfully stopped the clock, which is all I wanted that ballista to do. We also got a nice little path for our troubles. Do I have a cyber guide? I actually have written multiple cyber guides. Yes. Oof. They are exclusive for my subs. Narrador Gragas. There we go. What do you get for using the primetime sub? Yeah, if you want to get access to the cyber guide, Skylight, you need to join my Discord, which is the first link that you see over there, and then you have to link your Twitch to your Discord account, and you'll be set. You'll get access to all the cyber guides that I have played. Love Amulet, and I love when it is played by a good player. Thank you. You got some lag. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's here or here. I think I'm gonna grab the cavern, and I'm going to obviously sandbag it. Cyber guide is for sure worth it. By the way, I won 1,000 players like this. Cyber guide, it was super helpful. Oh, thank you, hon. You're like my poster child. Am I dead? Is this snap bolt? Bolt, snap bolt, helix. Okay, still not dead. Now dead. Okay. That's a lot of lightning bolts that my opponent has in their deck still. Alright, now that we know what my opponent is playing Jeskai control somehow, we can sideboard properly. We don't want the Colony Garden, we do want the negate, we want the Pact of Negation, we don't want the Force Summoner's Pact. We do want only one Explosives and one Ballista, we want the Carnos, and we don't want one Scout. Done. What does Teach give you for the Prime sub? What do you mean, Skyla? You mean like me personally? I mean, it's just like a subscription. I get half of. It's a fine hand. I like it. I get half of what the subscription is worth, which is I think 5. It's a little bit less than 250. What about Geist? That's what the explosives is for, but I don't want more than one. Same thing with Mentor. It's too risky to be playing more than one. All right. Moment of truth. Do you have the Force? Opponent tanking, and they do have the Force. Okay, we got a snap for our troubles. That's pretty good. Play, bounce, play Scout, pass the turn. Basically, they're spinning back with some of this one. Nice. Thank you, hon. All right, we got a nice little 2-for-1 there. It's pretty good. In fact, we got arguably a 3-for-1 because my opponent exiled one of their best cards in the matchup, so definitely a great exchange for us. Nice one to have access to. I want lands. Unfortunately, I would really like to have access to that Ballista, but I don't think that I can do it right now. Vesuva, yeah. Next turn we do nasty things. Suva, copy, Gruul Turf, bounce, boom. All right, things looking good. This is the moment of truth. Summoner's Pact. Nice. Cavern on Giant. Titan U. I could not have hasted this Titan, unfortunately, so there was no way around it. Nothing that I'm afraid of my opponent snapping back, so I'm just gonna do T-West Simic Growth. And I'm gonna bounce the Suba. One no tournament spot lost, still the best cyber got around. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, I appreciate it. I take pride in my cyber guide. I think that more often than not, I feel like I do a good job with it. Definitely proud of my cyber guide. It's nice to like be able to make a cyber guide that I am happy I made, you know? Because the cyber guides that you see out there are just kind of bullshit, honestly. They're not great. They're definitely not great. So I tried to make sure that the one that I made was actually, you know, one that people can use and it's gonna be worth it for them. Cryptic tap bounce. All right, things looking really good for us. I don't know you guys, but I'm here for the punts and misclicks. So you're also in the right spot if that's what you're after. Okay. So I'm going to transmit for another Summoner's Pact, but I'm basically going to time this pact as awkward as I can for my opponent. I can play around Force of Negation this way, or I can play around my opponent have a Cryptic Command. It'd be nice if my opponent did not have a path end of turn. Or not have a path here, actually. I think I'm just gonna untap. Nice. Alright. What you got? Path for this guy? Helix. Okay. Bolt. Okay. Both of those resolve. My Primillion, I should have attacked. My bad. Alright. Pact for this? No Pactorino. Okay, so this game is over now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uncounterable prime time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have more than enough. Field plus Bordos Garrison? Yeah, I like that. Mono zombies. Bounce here. Replay here. More zombies. Bounce. Do I jam Karn? I guess I don't need to. Alright, sweet. I think that was actually like a reasonable question to ask there, whether we play the Karn since we have the mana available to us, but we would get got by Logic, not Mana Leak as well. So I think we don't jam. I think we just wait for one more turn. That was game 3. We turned to my opponent in the first game, and then we sideboarded half for control, half for storm. Game 2, which didn't quite work out. And then we finally got them real nice in game 3 right there. So Seba has 3 different cyber games without mobile, so you can understand because he has been through. Oh, that's yeah. I have been through a lot. Yeah. I have gotten got a lot. I mean, I'm gonna keep this, right? It worked the last time. Why wouldn't it work right now, huh? It worked the last time. Clearly, it's gonna work here as well. We just keep and we jam and we go. Bounce land. This is too much. This is too much. This is too much. We're having a good time here. We're having a good time, you know. My opponent resolves a Farseek. Farseek resolves, opponent. Farseek resolves. Farseek resolves. OP. Play Scout for value. -2. Get Mycosynth Lattice. Lattice you. So what have we learned today? Continue keeping double amulet no bounce on hands because it's always gonna work out. That's what we learned today. Hope that helps out, guys. Thanks for hanging out. That's just too great. I'm sorry. I just that was priceless. That was priceless. Opponent kept 7. So this is a turn 3, turn 4 Titan on the draw. I think we keep. We can get punished if my opponent has like a very nice draw. I guess that's another way. Another way that we can get punished is we draw Summoner Spec number 3. Well, that was technically not a turn 2. That was a turn 3 lock. So it was only 23 times, my Bluebird. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah, I mean the bad part about this is that we can't really play around anything at all. So if my opponent has Acid Moss, we get God. If my opponent has Damping Sphere, we get God. Acid Moss would be the worst case scenario. Chalice for 0. That one's also pretty good. Alright, so we're playing against a Breach variant, most likely. Most likely playing around the Breach variant. So I guess I want explosives. Good thing that my Rex Sage is in, so is my Force, and so is the other thing. Oh, what's his name? A Braid. We can cast all of them. Yeah, that's what I was saying that I could not play around. That is pretty brutal there. That is pretty brutal there. Alright, if they get to Titan, we're dead. But there's not much that we can do. Or Breach. Both of them obviously kill us. Second Acid Moss? Oof. At this point, I'm just waiting for my opponent to show me the Titan. I don't need to show them the force though. If they have a Titan here, then I just lose. I guess the same can be said for Scapeshift. The Scapeshift is not lethal though. Now it is. 2 voids in my sideboard, so I won so many games with them. 2 voids, like Leyline of the Void. If you're playing Leyline of the Void in Amulet, I don't think that's a good thing to be doing. Valakut me? Okay. Alright. Play Amulet. Play Forest. Go. I mean, they need a lethal threat. Okay. Now we force the Chalice. Oh, I punted. I could have actually hardcast this. My bad. MS93, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So we force exiling a green card from hand. Destroying the Chalice of the... Whoops. Exile, pitching a green card. Destroy that. Pitch, Summoner's Pact. Fourth Pact. Primeval Titan. So I can Vesuva, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I can Vesuva, Boros Garrison, and attack. I'm just trying to make sure that I can interact with my opponent's Valakut, because I will need to destroy the Valakut right now. Trying to figure out what I can play around, because otherwise the Valakut just kills my Titan. Well, if they kill my Titan, though, I just play another one and kill them. I get got by a second Chalice, though. Not worth get Azusa and Titan. If I get Azusa, I kind of kill myself, right? No, I punted, though. No, I didn't. I didn't have enough mana. Yeah, so I'm 1 mana short of double Titan in here, so... Yeah, this is fine, I think. I definitely have to draw step the Valakut, destroy the Valakut. Oh, no, I can't do it draw step, because then if they draw any land, they kill my Titan. Vesuva, Stronghold. So I have to do it right now. And I die to a bunch of different things here, right? But I don't think I can play around them, realistically speaking. So, swing, yes. And we're gonna do Fountain and the Simic Growth, another green source. Sounds good. And we die to Scapeshift or a Titan. But there's nothing I can do about those. And because of how my opponent has been playing, I think I'd rather play around those. I'd rather play around the second Chalice. It's likely my opponent does have a second Chalice in hand. Alright. They drew it. Okay. Nothing that we could have done. We could have not transmuted. Well, I guess we could have, but then our Titan would have died. So we pay for Pact. We can Titan, but we can't haste. So get a Valakut Mountain here. Valakut Mountain, kill my Titan. They don't have lethal. Double Valakut. Okay, so they just have lands in hand. Oh, this is smart. This is smart. So they're packing for Steve here. Because Steve means that I cannot attack with the Titan. Wait a so they have... How did they have two summoners? Oh, their chalice was stopping their own pacts. That's what happened. Well, that's hilarious. Yeah, so they have Steve. Though maybe they don't have enough basics. I cannot haste the Titan though. I don't know. Maybe they don't have enough basics. Who knows? Oh, but now I'm just dead. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just dead. Yeah. All right. Field might be... Oh, Bog is already out. Field might be better than Colony Garden, though. Okay, let's do something like this. No, that's good deck building, yeah. I mean, of course. How many times has this worked already? Why would it not work right now, right? How many times has this worked already? They moved to 5. Wow. It's only single. Oh, maybe because it's a single amulet, you're saying that this is not a keep. Yeah, I can see that. Oh, we have stirrings. We can totally find the second amulet for sure. Ready a jugar a mi meme. Elfkid, are you calling Amulet a meme right now? I'm about to ban you, dude. I'm about to take your sword from you. Now I've been doing great with Amulet, honestly. Yeah, 406. I was memeing. Yeah, we're definitely looking for a bounce on here. 100%. 100%. I was just, you know, memeing because, you know, it worked so well both times that I just did it that... Nah, it's a semi-gross chamber. Yeah, we're not monsters. Still looking for a bounce land here. We're not out of the woods by any means. Do I expose the amulet? Do I expose the amulet? The answer is no. Because next turn, even if I don't play the amulet here, next turn I have Titan mana anyway because of Azusa, so play amulet, play bounce. Still not exposing the amulet. EOT bolt something. Nice. Not exposing the amulet for value. Again, if I draw a bounce land, I already have Titan mana, so I don't need to worry about it. We don't really care about chalices. We do care about acid mosses. Acid mosses. I think I do expose the amulet now. Because now if we find a bounce land thanks to the scout, we have Titan mana even with or without the amulet. And if we find a tap land, like a regular tap land, then we're gonna be in trouble. So I think it's worth it to expose the amulet now. And that is a brutal draw. So punished by bringing this card in. Alright. Don't have it, please. Upgrade my amulet, okay. That's not dead. This one, wow, that upgrade was so key. So what do I do here? Do I go for the Titan? Or do I protect myself from my opponent's potential Titan? Because I can transmute for Summoner's Pact here. And I'm not going to have any other time to do this. But if I don't play this land... Rina and Balduino. Thank you for the follow. So here we can play around Acid Moss off the top by fetching a bounce land and not playing it until my opponent's end of turn. See, I'm gonna do that. I think that's the best option. We're gonna get a Grultrov here, I'm gonna pass. But we get got by my opponent's Primeval Titan. Narrador Gragas, thank you for the follow. So we die to a Titan, we don't die to Scapeshift. Alright, cool. Rewarded for my play. I guess we can now get got by by Acid Moss. One, two, three. Okay, so we're gonna get Garrison, Ghost Squatter. I guess I want to do Simic Ghost Squatter instead because I want blue sources. And this can kill my Titan, so I'm going to, I guess right now, I'm going to Ghost Squatter the Valakut. They can deal 3 damage to me. Alright, we good. My opponent's smart. They drew the Titan there. Damping Sphere. Too late for that one. And that is definitely the draw step, because otherwise they would have played it earlier. And now we should be set. So I'm going to upgrade the Damp Sphere. I am going to preemptively play Explosives for 0. To play around my opponent having a Chalice. And now I swing... And I get Tolaria. No, Tolaria Bounce Land, sorry. And I'm going to transmute for a Pact of Negation. Now we should have all bases covered. Chalice on 0 into Pact doesn't even do it because I already have the Explosives for 0. If for whatever reason they have not played Damping Sphere like many turns ago, then I get got, but that's literally it. Alright, sweet. Getting there. Would I to threat into Damping Sphere? Yeah, but they would have played Damping Sphere already, right? They had multiple turns where playing Damping Sphere would have been great, and they didn't, so... Why not Crucible or Excavator? There is a Crucible, but there's Karn in the deck as well. So there definitely is a Crucible. If you're asking why I didn't bring it in, it's because by playing Karn, we are basically playing 3 copies of Crucible instead of the 1. Turn 3 Karn on the play. Okay. Opponent moves to 6. You missed the last 2 minutes. We killed my Scapeshift opponent. That's what happened. We successfully played around everything and got there. Humans. Elementals? Alright. So this guy's gonna do some work here. This has to be like the deck that Caleb D had been brewing with. Voice of Resurgence. Yeah, it's not very good. We're definitely bouncing this. Playing Karn. Plus on nothing. Vial locked up. Looking good. Yep, Voice used to be a top tier modern card. At one point, Voice of Resurgence was like $40 or something, maybe more. It was the only expensive card in Dragon's Maze. I think it was Dragon's Maze. I can't remember what exactly it was. But Mariner, you got it. Block here. So now we -2 for explosives. We play explosives on 2. -2 for explosives. Play explosives on 2. And we wait until they go to combat. And next turn we tighten them. Or we can lattice. No, we can't lattice them. Yeah, I played a lot of Kiki Chord. I actually did play a ton of Kiki Chord back in the day. That card was sick. And well, better than Pod, right? Obviously. Pod away Voice. I'm salivating just thinking about podding away my Voice of Resurgence. Sweet. So this was actually a great draw because this is the only way that we get to haste the Titan this turn. So that was actually not a bad draw. So now we should be good. And my opponent should concede shortly. Binato97, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Gemstone, yeah, there you can see that. As I was saying, my opponent should concede shortly. Alright. Abrades, yes. Sage, yes. Hornet Queen, yes. That's about it. I don't think they have any graveyard synergies, if I'm not mistaken. What's your opinion on Golos in Amulet? I saw people testing it and he wasn't impressed. Well, that's exactly my thought. It's a fine card. It's just a serviceable card. It's not great by any means. It's just fine. Yeah, we could have lattice, but my opponent could have attacked my Karn, so it's like it's pretty pointless. I definitely recommend you get familiar with the basic Karn play patterns when trying to like lattice your opponent. If your opponent has creatures on board and you don't, you probably don't want to Karn lattice because your Karn is going to get attacked and you would have -2 to your Karn for basically a 6 mana do nothing. So I definitely recommend getting familiar. It's if you're going to play a Karn Amulet, you definitely need to get familiar with the basic patterns. I think I want Karn in this matchup. I'm not convinced, but I'm gonna try it out. It was good at that previous game for sure. I think so. We're missing green mana, but that's about it. No, the Melacone? No, it's not what we want to be doing basically. That is all it really comes down to. That's not a bad draw. That's all it really comes down to, is the fact that that's not what we want to be doing, basically. We are not a deck that is interested in like locking our opponents out or anything. And when we lock them out, we lock them out. We lock them out good with Lattice itself, but name Scout here. And I'm playing out the Amulet here because thanks to the, even if my opponent fulminates me, if the Amulet is in play, it's not gonna matter, and I can Karn my opponent next turn anyway, even through a Fulminator. Lattice should just never be the first fetch unless you have 10 mana board. Yeah, exactly. It's very rarely the first thing that you should be fetching. Very, very rarely. So the best draw here would be another bounce land. If we draw another bounce land, I think we're gonna be in a really, really, really good spot. Sick. All right. OP goes for it. We activate in response. Bounce here. Fulminator whiffs. What's the max mana we can do? 4. We cannot Worm Coil here, unfortunately for us. So what can we do? We just plus, right? We just plus. I could minus for Biting Needle name Fulminator, but like with double Scout, we can very easily play around it. So and next turn we just get Worm Coil, and we should be good to go. I think. I really doubt that they are playing removal. And Worm Coil is pretty good against decks with no removal that cannot really go over the top. All right. That bumps the attack. That's relevant. That is certainly relevant. And what else? That guy is not relevant. One of those is relevant. The other is definitely not. All right. So we're gonna block here. Gonna flash in the Garrison. Bouncing the Fountain. So now we trade with the 1-drop. Now we can Explosives for 2, basically blocking my opponent's attack. And I'm gonna be short. No Ballista in the board? No, the Ballista is in the main deck. Damn, that's deck that I haven't seen before. That was sick. Using a bounce hand to stop a Fulminator trigger. Oh yeah, that's a very common one. And it's particularly sweet when you get to, instead of a Fulminator trigger, you get to stop a Field of Ruin trigger, because your opponent, same thing, it works with it also works with Cryptic Command, and when the target is like, when the target disappears, it actually whiffs the entire thing, which is pretty sick. So Explosives for 2. We can't Worm Coil now, so we're just gonna plus the Karn. And if I was skeptical about playing Karn in this matchup, I think that, yeah, I think that I'm sold now. I'm pretty sure that I'm sold now. Just Karn by himself just took over. Just destroyed everything that my opponent could have ever done. What do they have for 3 mana blue? 3 blue mana? Okay. the 3/3, exile it, then return it to the battlefield face down under Stoner's control. That's Megamorph 5. Okay. That seems so bad. So we minus for Wormcoil this turn. Oh. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can just Titan. Sweet, that's better. We could minus for Wormcoil, or we can just win the game. Yeah, we definitely want to leave this one in place because I want to try to play around like Damping Sphere or whatever. I'm just looking for like extremely narrow situations because that's like the only way that we can lose at this point. Just my opponent has a card that I am not thinking of for whatever reason, and we get got by it. All right, we win. 4-0. Sixth time in 2 days that I get to this point, to exactly this point, where I'm 4-0 and I'm playing the last match, and I have lost every single one of those fifth matches. I've lost them all. All right, let's do this. I'm totally gonna draw an Azusa. Totally gonna draw an Azusa. Memnite. EE for Serum Crack. I could go with Scout. But I get super got by Galvanic Blast. I think I'm gonna go for it though. Man, I haven't seen Affinity in so long. Second Cranial Plating? God damn it. Please equip. Please equip. Alright, sweet. Cool, we have a shot now. We have a shot. Alright. Oh, we stretch our hands. And here we go. Play Azusa. Play this. Play this. Right, what do I lose to? My opponent double equips plating. So I guess the safest play actually here is to Prime Time. Prime Time, get 2 bounces. I guess I can get a bounce land and something else. Okay, so we're fine. So I make my Primetime mana. Bounce here. Cast Primeval Titan. The best thing I can do is I can Explosives for 2. So I can haste here. Bounce here, go to combat, attack, and we're gonna get Radiant Fountain and Simic Growth Chamber, and we're gonna blow up both platings. Bounce here. Okay, 2 up to 14. Explosives for 2. I like this better because we get to gain a couple of life. Opponent plays a Ravager. Okay, I actually do need to do some math here. Because my opponent is, if my opponent is playing out the Ravager, it's because so they sack 2 Platings to the Ballista, that's 3, 4 with the Drum, 5 with the Opal, 6 with the Memnite, 7 with the Darksteel Citadel. And they have 1 last card in hand. And if that card is a Gallblast, I still only take 11. Is that correct? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 4, 11. What is the absolute worst card that my opponent can have left in hand? I can pact it, but I'm trying to figure out whether I need to, or whether I need to like crack explosives in response. I think it's worth thinking about, you know? I don't think it's that clear cut. Because maybe they have like main phase, the Path to Exile, the artifact Path to Exile, and I get super wrecked. So I think I'm going to let it resolve, and I think I'm going to crack the explosives in response. Just to be safer. Okay, so they are dead. Even if they sack everything to the Ravager, I make the Titan an 8/6, and they die. Lol, but I don't need to show that. I don't need to show them that. Crack before combat to force the counters. Yeah, so Andy, that's what I was saying. I was trying to like do the math the best possible way to try to make sure that there was nothing that I was, you know, dying to randomly. And I think that I, you know, playing it safe by doing what I just did was fine. You know, I didn't want to get got by the Path to Exile, the Path to Exile card. What's the name? I can't remember. Like if it taps a creature, or if you have a Metalcraft, it exiles it instead. And if they have had that in hand and I packed the Ravager, then I just, because I would die. Dispatch, thank you, Matthias. Field of the Dead seems not great. I think I'd rather have the green source than the field. Usually Affinity goes in the skies, and that's where they get you. Alright, we have a lot of artifact hate, so if we if we don't find any artifact hate, I'm gonna be very upset. Alright, good start. Yeah, I think we keep this. My opponent is so good at having all that mana on turn 1. Steerings into bum. I don't think I want a Karn here. I think I just want to. I don't think Karn is going to be fast enough. I think I want Amulet just to make myself faster. We're going to a raid on 2, probably the Overseer. The question is whether that's going to be fast enough. Alright, it might be. It might be. Yeah, definitely using this turn to upgrade the Overseer. Not messing around. I'll take 4 this turn. Have Ink Moth. Play Amulet. Name Scout. Play Scout. We can chomp if we want to. They have a Braid too? Ancient Grudge. Okay. That's kind of a beating, actually. Okay. So I really doubt that I'm gonna die to poison. And just like no Bows lands. No other green source. That is 100% a mistake. I have no idea why my opponent's like splitting the X. So I can flash in Vesuva, copying. I think I'm gonna copy Gemstone Mine. Yeah, so I think I'm going to transmute for Radiant Fountain. And I'm gonna see how they attack. It's nice that I have the Abrade. They have the Moon? Oh, it's Champion. Yeah, that card's fine. Play Radiant Fountain. Abrade. Destroy the Volt Scourge. Next turn we Titan. We can't really play around Blood Moon. Yo! Nasif with the raid. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody from Nasif's stream. Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of why they didn't attack with the Mem Knight? Weird. I've been doing a lot of 4-1ing on stream. A lot of 4-1ing. It has been brutal. No lands play this turn. Welcome everybody. If you enjoy Amulet content, you're definitely in the correct place. I stream a lot of Amulets. Galvanic Blast my Scouterino. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. It's an other play, but I'll take it. And here I'm gonna get double bounce on. I think we can't play around Blood Moon. If they had the Blood Moon, they got me good. But I'm gonna do double bounce land, and I'm gonna get Semi-Growth Chamber and Boros Garrison. And I'm going to bounce. We have a green to pay for pacts. I'm gonna bounce the Radiant Fountain. I guess I want to play Damp. I can play that around Damping Sphere, so let's do that. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna bounce the Tolaria West. So next turn, pay for Pact and Upkeep. Gain 2. And pass the turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, pay for Pact. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. My opponent drew their 0-2. Sweet. So now the next Titan attack is gonna get Ghost Quarter, making sure that what? Yeah, my opponent has tried to. They tried to. Yeah, this is not great. My opponent is not trying to win the game over there, which is kind of weird. But I'll take it. How do I lose? Cranial plating is literally the only way that I lose, I think. How can I try to beat cranial plating? So I attack here. My opponent throws everything in front of the Titan. Yeah, I think my opponent could have played this game much better than they have. So I cannot really play around. Dionikos, thank you for the follow, really appreciate it. I can't really play around cranial plating, as I was saying, because they can put it in the Edge Champion and then I just die, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's more. What Moto? Uh-oh. Where are my lands? Did I just somehow cancelled? I guess that just happened. I guess Moto just happened. I guess Moto just happened to me, which is pretty brutal. And now they don't attack? Oh yeah, okay, so this is just game. At this point, I think I got it, because I'm gonna go get Walking Ballista. Make it for 1, 2, 3, 4. Swing. All right. Even within my opponent's been trying. I gave my opponent a nice little hand over there, but it's probably not gonna matter anyway. D again, block with the S champion. What? All right. Sounds good. You don't take anything. Good for you. Okay. Ballista for 4 should be more than enough. Now we kill the Edge champion. We're good. We finally are gonna get that 5 and yes! Struggled so hard. I guess the 6th one is the charm. We were in this situation 6 times over the past 2 days. 6 times where I lost for the 5 and 0. And we got it. Alright. Oof. Oh yeah. So much hype in chat. Oh yeah. Give me those prime times. We finally got there. Props to my opponent for helping me out right there. We finally got there. Nice. It was all Nassif. Nassif raid was just everything, you know? Nassif's raid was just everything right there, you know? Hype. Alright. Whew. Alright. That was exciting. I don't really know what to say. Amulet's great. Amulet really is great. I think that the list that we're looking at right here is excellent. I think that Karn is the way to go. I think that a Brave is also the way to go. We played against what did we face? We faced Death Shadow and we faced Jund. Those two were like the only situation where I would have rather had the path instead of the Abrades, but that was like 2 out of, I don't know, a lot. Oh yeah, the deck is gas, Matt. The deck is indeed, it's so good. It's just so good. The only thing that I would consider changing would be like the Relic for a Gracer or something like that. But I just like Relic a little bit too much. Oh, thank you, Kevin. Yeah. Field main deck versus sideboard. I think the main deck might be the way to go. It feels better in like game ones. It feels like this is going to be better in game ones than this. Of course, you know, there are going to be situations where you're going to get punished by this decision, but I think that it's better than all the other. What are our lands, our value lands? So our value lands are Ghost Quarter, Fountain. We got our 4 basics over here. So these are part of the core. So our value lands are these 5. We have Ghost Quarter, Fountain, Kalni, Field, and Cavern. Can charge after the 5. Yeah, I know, right? It's just perfect. Oh, let me update the record real quick. Oh yeah, feels good, man. Feels good. I've been playing against Dredge quite a bit. So we only faced it once, and that was like the one time that I had the Natty Bog. So it was pretty much a non-game, and that is exactly why I was, you know, kind of not so sold on playing the Bojuka Bog in the main deck yet, or putting the Bojuka Bog in the sideboard instead yet, because I did face that matchup, and it did feel like Dredge always felt like it's just like a walk in the park, as long as you have access to this card. But I have played against Dredge in, I think I played 7 leagues so far, and I faced 1 Dredge over 35 matches. So yeah, Bog is just randomly good sometimes, but Field, so is Field. Like we did lose today or yesterday, I can't remember exactly. At least 2 games, I guess between today and yesterday, we lost at least 2 games because we did not have access to this card. So also Field sounds pretty good against Dredge as well. Of course, Bojuka Bog is just game over, right? But Field is still pretty reasonable against Dredge. You can still get burned out, which is the problem, and Bog makes it so you cannot get burned out, but at least it allows you to like block Bloodcasts all day and Price Amalgams and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely think that all of these other 4 lands are better than Field of the Dead. I think that all of these are better. So the question is, do we want a Field over Bog? That's like basically the only question. And I think, I mean, I just favor the Field, so this has to be perfect, right? Is this how it works? Steven, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But yeah, the rest of the main deck felt excellent. Felt excellent. So far we have 5 4-0s, 4-1, sorry. 5 4-1s, 6 4-1s, my bad. Silefi, thank you for the follow. 6 4-1s on stream with Amulet. 1 0-3 drop and 1 2-3. And now this 5-0. So deck's pretty good. Deck is pretty good. I think that we're really doing it right now. I think that the meta right now is just very nice for Amulet. It really is. Field lets you not care about cyber plans against blue-white. Except that we still care, right? Like we still want access to this card, and I guess that's about it. Yeah, I mean, it definitely helps in the blue-white matchup and in the control matchup for sure. I don't know whether that's enough for me to want Field over Bog. I think I'm going to continue testing this a little bit. I think that it's too early, honestly, in the format. Like, the format has been live for 4 days. That's definitely not enough to have an established metagame. And I think that against the current metagame, like what I have faced over the past 4 days, Field of the Dead is better than Bojuka Bog. Of course, you know, that can change. You know, once the metagame starts to be a little bit more settled, then we can start making more, you know, educated decisions. But I think that I want to be playing this list right here. I think this is what I'm gonna be jamming. Maybe start playing Chameleon Colossus Cyber for BGX decks. I don't think that's the way that we want to go. Like the BGX matchup is just fine without it. It is of course much better with it. But the fact that like the de facto Shadow deck now is actually not Grixis Shadow, but it's Mardu Shadow, so they can actually path your Chameleon Colossus. It's such a big deal. Like the fact that now, like before against Grixis, you play a Colossus and that's it. It's untouchable. The only thing that your opponent can do is just chomp with a Snapcaster. But now the Shadow decks can just like, they can block with the Ranger Captain. They can path it with just Path to Exile. They can, there's a bunch of things that they can do. Maybe start. I'm playing ball and field in my main deck for maximum greed. Oh, I mean, I think it's fine, Andy. I think it's fine as long as you have access to 6 ramp. It's just like, you know, playing 1 less explosives is a really big cost in my opinion. Explosives has been excellent. It blows up Stoneforge Mystics at 2. It blows up equipment. It blows up tokens. It was even, we played a mirror, a very interesting mirror match yesterday actually. We're having access to the second explosive. My opponent was trying to go wide with field in order to overpower my Titan. And my opponent, I just had 2 explosives. So I just blew up all of their tokens and my Titan trampled through for lethal. It was great. Where are you at on the sideboard? Any cards that you're still on the fence about? A Braid on Red Splash seems great. Yeah, I'm very happy with the Red Splash. The only cards, the only maybes are this, and that's it. These are the 2 maybes. I have been playing Cage because I expected Neobrand to become more of a deck now. But maybe it's just that it was preying on Hogak, and that's why it was good. And now that Hogak is gone and people actually have discard spells and counter magic and everybody's jamming Stoneforge and have, you know, Force of Negation, maybe now that is no longer a deck and I should not be playing this card any longer. Woki being the cyber, maybe. I have been happy with having access to it in the main deck because against blue-white, mostly against, of all things, mostly against blue-white is where it's relevant because they have a million ways to counter your Karn. It's really hard to push through a Karn, and it's very easy to push through a Ballista, right? Thanks to the Cavern, so you just transmute for it, and you can still play it for a million. But yeah, why not Bridge? It's because we're playing bounce lands. It's really hard for us to empty our hand quickly. And it's just like Bridge was definitely in the original testing when I just started playing Karn. It was there. I tested Trinisphere, I tested Chalice of the Void. All of those cards which seem okay in paper, whenever you're actually playing the games, they don't do what you want them to do. It happened multiple times that I would like minus for a Bridge, and then my opponent could still attack through because I had like 2 bounce lands in hand or something, and I couldn't get rid of them. Because I hadn't drawn an Azusa. I tried minusing for Trinisphere, like against Storm and stuff, but at that point they had cantripped a bunch, so they just bounced the Trinisphere and went off anyway. Chalice, same thing. By the time it comes down, like your burn just killed you already. They got rid of all their 1-drop burn spells, or same thing against Phoenix. What about Veil of Summer? Veil of Summer, I tried it. It was too situational. I didn't like it. I even had it against. Like my opponent Inquisitioned me turn 1 on the play, and then they saw the Veil there, and then they just played Liliana and started plussing, and I at one point I just had to discard it because it just didn't do anything. It was pretty bad. It's tough when you bring in a card because of one very specific matchup, and then when you're actually playing that matchup, the card just does not do what you wanted it to, and it was just like a dead card in my hand. So yeah, so these are the 2 cards that I'm on the fence about, and I am Might be okay cutting the cage. And maybe adding a third braid or maybe even a fire spout or a dismember. Those are the cards that I'm looking at. And as far as the negate goes, the one-off is fine. Maybe I could have a second one, but the one-off is fine. The rest of the sideboard has been pretty good. The rest of the sideboard has definitely been worth it. Don't change it after the 5-0. I think it's fine. I think the Moto gods are gonna forbid me. We're gonna head to 5-0 again. But yep, that's gonna be it for today. Been streaming for almost 4 hours, and I have streamed every day this week, which is pretty cool. But I have to go. I have to go to a friend's house right now. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thank you, Nasif, for the raid. Very, very appreciated. Thank you for helping me get to this 5-0. Ragnell, thank you for the follow. And this also reminds me that if you have not hit that follow button, make sure you do so. I stream Mondays through Thursdays at 11 AM PST. I stream mostly Amulet or Legacy. Lego is land real estate. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Would love Tracker to be good again. Me too. Me too. I don't think that is the case though, unfortunately. But Amulet is great again though. Rami 1999, thank you for the follow. We're almost hitting 2,000 followers. That's so cool. Thanks everybody. Really appreciate it. But yep, hit that follow button if you haven't done so yet. If you want to help support the channel, you can subscribe. You get access to these sweet emotes, as well as a very, very comprehensive cyber guide that I've written for Amulet and that I update very regularly, maybe like once a month or so. I'm waiting until the metagame kind of settles and I find a list that I like for the metagame that settles, and then I will write a new one for sure. You get access to that by being a subscriber and then joining my Discord, which is that first link over there. Anybody can join the Discord, but if you're a subscriber and you link your Twitch account to your Discord account, you will get access to the sub-only channels, and that's where you will find the cyber guide. How is the Wormcoil? Wormcoil is excellent. This card is very, very good. It's great against all the grindy matchups. It means that you can play a Karn, you can minus it immediately, get some value against decks like Jund, Black Green X, Death Shadow, all those stuff. You can just like play Karn, minus for Wormcoil, just play Wormcoil, and then they just lose to this threat. It's pretty awesome. All of my streams are uploaded to YouTube, and that's the link where you can find them. You can also find me on Twitter, right there at fpublishmtg. And finally, if you would like to help the channel and contribute to the channel, any donation is always very, very, very appreciated. And with any donation of $12 or more, I will play any list of your choosing through a league live on stream. And we're going to rate somebody. I'm still gonna rate Caleb D. Caleb D is great. I love me some Caleb D. Alright, thanks everybody for hanging out. I will be back on Monday. Stay tuned for any more news and hope that you keep amuleting lit indeed. Have an amazing weekend and see you next time. Bye bye.